Hi everyone, today I'm going to be unboxing this package from K-Town for you. I did not think I was going to be filming this unboxing today. Today is a Sunday, and I was not aware that DHL delivers on Sundays. I'm not sure if they usually do or if this is like a special instance. But I woke up this morning and saw I had a text that my package had been delivered, and I was like, wait, what? Because I was not expecting this to come until tomorrow. But before I start opening it up, I do just want to point out quickly how this package arrived to me, because it was sitting outside my front door vertically like that. And the reason it was is because one of the sides of the box has come torn open. So like you can see the poster tube starting to come out, and that has me a little bit nervous. It looks like everything should be in this bubble wrap. So the bubble wrap off, I can show you the 4 albums that I got. We have Idol's new single album, Dum Dee Dum Dee, and I think I'm actually not going to open that in today's video. I'm going to save it and open with the other Idol albums that I've purchased. That way I can do just like a collective discography haul for them. I only got one version of this album because it was just a single album with only 2 songs, and the packaging wasn't my favorite, but I did want to pick up at least one copy so that I wouldn't have that hole in my collection. This is the night version, I believe, and it also came with a couple pre-order photo cards from K-Town for you. I also got ONF's newest mini album, Spin-Off, and continuing that Road to Kingdom theme, I picked up 2 copies of ONEUS' 4th mini album, Live. Before the packaging information for this album came out, a lot of people, including myself, expected there to be 2 different versions because of the teasers. So when it came out that there was only going to be one version, I didn't originally intend to pick up multiple copies, but because I do bias and collect 2 members in the group, and because I do want to support the band and try and get them their first win. I don't know how likely that is going to be because the show is canceled for the next couple of weeks for valid reasons, but that's usually where more underrated groups like ONEUS have a chance to get their wins. And it is kind of funny because both of these groups did compete on Mnet's Road to Kingdom show. They did both make it all the way to the finale, and these albums are their first comebacks after Road to Kingdom, and they both contain their finale song from the Road to Kingdom finale. But I started watching Road to Kingdom for ONF initially because they were the group I was most interested in that was on the show. I had liked their music in the past but just never really gotten into them. ONEUS were a group that were not on my radar really at all and that I had not planned on getting into. But I ended up watching some of their variety stuff and listening to some of their music after the show. And they ended up becoming one of my alt groups, which I was not expecting at all. So I'm really excited to look at both of these albums. So ONF have gone with a pretty similar packaging to their first mini album and their 4th mini album, which is the jewel case in a clear sleeve. Kind of like what SM like to do for Red Velvet for a while there. I actually mind it less when ONF does it for some reason. For some reason it feels like it suits them better than it suits Red Velvet. But the cover is actually properly oriented vertically, which is interesting because the case goes that way. But I like these really simple cover designs they've had for this one and Go Live. And then the spine is a Spin-Off ONF. We have the track listing on the back. There are 7 songs. We have the title track, Scummit Swimming. Then the B-sides, Bella Polk, Geppetto, which is my personal favorite on the album. I really, really like that song. We have Good Good, Cactus, Message, and then a spin-off version of New World. New World was their original song from the finale of Road to Kingdom. This is a slightly different version of that song, but when I listened to the album, I didn't really notice anything too jarringly different. Like, I could tell that they had changed up the instrumental a little bit, but it didn't feel like a completely different song to me. Or like a full remix of it, if that makes sense. And of course, the photo book and the jewel case do slide out of the slipcover. slipcover is totally transparent on the back. And this is what the jewel case looks like. And I actually really like how simple their jewel cases are. I like that they don't have any extra booklets or frills, which is a strange thing to say. Normally I would feel the opposite, but something about it just really fits their style and their concept to me, so I don't mind it at all. And the track listing on the back once again. Then we have our booklet. I'm really excited to look through this because the music video for Swim Bit Swimming is really fun. There's a lot of different concepts going on, and I don't really understand anything that happens in it, but I enjoy every moment of it nonetheless. And it looks like, just judging from this cover image, that the photo book is going to follow suit. So that's what the front of it looks like. The spine is a Spin-Off ONF, and again the track listing on the back. I believe this comes with 2 photo cards, one for an on-team member and one for an off-team member. My bias is Min-kyun, or MK is his stage name, so I'm hoping to pull one of his cards. But if I don't, I will likely just keep whoever I pull for right now, because collecting their photo cards is not a big priority for me at this moment. I'm more concerned with collecting their albums. Yeah, and so far it looks like the photos in the photo book are going to follow the teaser photos and the music video, which is always something that I personally appreciate. We start off with E-tion, had a bit of a cowboy concept. JS, a police officer vibe. And then Min-kyun, E-tion, who seems to have a bit of a little prince vibe going on. And then Wyatt. These are some cool shots. Yeah, these look like they were directly from the music video filming, which I, for one, always appreciate. It's cut off by where the page ends, but Wyatt's little ponytail, man bun, whatever you want to call it, you can just barely see that at the top there. We have Min-kyun. Yeah, I really do not understand what all of these concepts have to do with each other. I'm sure there's like some kind of lore that I'm just unfamiliar with. But sometimes you don't really need to understand what's happening to enjoy the video. And I succeeded in my wish, and I pulled one of Min-kyun's photo cards. This is my first time pulling one of his cards, so that is a really nice surprise. And I got you for my other one. Very cute. Yeah, I haven't looked too closely into their cards, but I know that for some albums they have like a whole bunch of different photo card versions, so collecting their cards is not a priority for me, especially because they don't seem to be readily available. They're like eBay sellers, which makes sense because ONF were super underrated prior to Kingdom. They have experienced a little bit of a boost in popularity since last I checked, the music video for Swim Bit Swimming had, I want to say 9 million views and counting, which is really nice. It's really unfortunate that because of the show getting cancelled, it's not looking like they're going to be able to get their first win, which is such a shame because they really deserve it. But I hope that they're still able to look at the views and the numbers and realize that people are interested in what they're doing now, which is good at least. Because as I said in my last ONF haul, I really enjoyed their debut, and it was such a shame that they lost a lot of their momentum from that because of the members going on Mix 9. Because that was a gamble the company made that made perfect sense at the time, and if it had panned out the way it was supposed to with the group debuting, would have probably gone really well for ONF. But because that didn't happen, they just had to sit in limbo for a while, which lost a lot of their hype, unfortunately. But now they have some hype again, which is really good, because they really deserve it. Their music is really, really good, and this album is no exception. This photo book is really nice, too. And all of their stages for this song so far have been really fun, too. They do a bottle flip at the beginning, which is always fun. And Spirit Swimming is a really, really good, like, a late summer song, is kind of the vibes that it gives. Which is perfect timing, considering it is late summer. Highly, highly recommend checking that song out if you have not already. We have the lyrics for Spin-Off Swimming, Bella Polk, Geppetto. They did a stage for Geppetto at their comeback concert, I think it was, and that was really good as well. It's a shame they didn't get to promote any B-sides on the music shows. And the lyrics were Good Good, Cactus, Message, and New World spin-off version. And we have our credits. Overall, another incredibly solid release from ONF, both in terms of the music and the packaging, and I highly recommend checking it out and giving their stuff a chance if you have not already, because it is so, so good. Next up, we're going to take a look at ONEUS' fourth mini-album, Lived. Like I said, ONF is a group that I've known since their debut, and kind of checked on all of their new releases, even though I didn't closely follow them. ONEUS is a group that I didn't really know existed until this year. Like, I'm sure I heard their name in passing, but they debuted at the beginning of 2019, and I had a full-time job for the vast majority of 2019, so I was really busy and was not really checking for new groups, so I just completely managed to miss their debut on both of the comebacks they had last year, which is a shame because they were all really, really good, but I am glad that Road to Kingdom happened and that I checked out Road to Kingdom for ONF, because that is what really put ONEUS on my radar and got me to check out their music and end up really, really, really liking the group. As I said, they are actually one of my ultimate groups now, along with their brother group ONE. I have way too many alts at this point, but I just really, really like this group and all of the members, and this comeback in particular is so up my alley. Like, I was already considering ulting them, and then this comeback happened and just completely sealed that deal. I love every single song on this album. It is so, so solid. I've listened to it every single day since it came out, multiple times a day, a lot of the time actually. I cannot recommend it enough. A lot of the songs and the concept itself really feel like a nice throwback to second generation K-pop boy bands, which is a big part of what I loved about the genre. That was kind of my generation of K-pop when I first got into it. So it's really, really cool to see a modern group kind of throwing it back to that. But as you can see from the cover art, this is a darker concept, and I really love darker concepts. It's one of the reasons I like this era so much. I am actually a little bit nervous about opening this album up, though, because the specific dark concept that ONEUS went with for this album was vampires, and they went all in with that concept in a way that I haven't seen personally since Vix's Voodoo Doll, because the music video and a lot of the teasers for the album are pretty bloody. It's all fake blood, of course, but I'm actually someone who is pretty sensitive to blood, and given how ONEUS' previous albums all have the concepts from the music videos as the photo book concepts, I'm a little nervous about how bloody some of the pictures in this album might be. I have not watched unboxings, so I did not want to spoil myself, but I'm hoping there's not going to be anything in here that's like too much for me to handle, because I was not able to watch the full music video. One of my friends was kind enough to make a censored version for me that cut out all of the bloody scenes, which I really, really appreciate. So this is kind of a general trigger warning that you may not want to watch this full unboxing if you are sensitive to blood. Hopefully it won't be that bad. I will try and put timestamps in the description of any pages that might have bloody imagery on them, so you can kind of skip around them if you do still want to see what the album looks like. But with all that being said, let's actually take a look at the packaging now, because it is really gorgeous. It's hard to pick up on camera because it's embossed, but the spine has their new logo for this era, and it says Lived. On the back, we have a sword and the track listing, and this album has 6 songs. With the intro track Lived, the title track To Be or Not to Be, and then the B-sides Dead or Alive, Dizzy, Airplane, and Come Back Home. And Come Back Home was their original song from the finale of Road to Kingdom. They also put out a music video for that. That music video also had a decent bit of blood in it, so haven't been able to watch that all the way through either. And then on this other spine, it says To Be or Not to Be. And then the front cover, I don't know how well it'll pick up on camera, but it says To Be or Not to Be in like faint letters beneath the logo. The packaging is a little bit finicky. There's this clear sleeve that's over it that's kind of tough to get off. That's actually really cool. It's light at the top and then has the gradient to the darker shade. And that just has the logos on it. So underneath that we have the red packaging. So now I can get a closer look at the To Be or Not to Be. And that's the back without all of that. And this is actually also a sleeve, which is kind of cool. I don't personally have another album that's double sleeved like this. There may be more that exist, but I don't have any. And then it is a box style packaging underneath that, but there's no lid because it has the 2 outer sleeves, which is kind of cool. We have our photo book on top. I'm not sure if the photo cards are going to be in the photo book or just underneath them. So I'm going to go ahead and say that I'm hoping for Dongju and Gunnies, because those are my 2 biases in ONEUS. Okay, and the cards are just loose. So, I'll move those to the side because I don't really want to see those yet. Okay, so this is what the disc looks like. That was all the way at the back. I'm going to save the photo cards for last. And it is very pretty. It's all black and white. I'm actually going to take a look at the lyrics booklet before the photo book proper. So this is all in black and white, much like the disc. I have our track list on the front again. And I know I said it before, but all 6 songs are so, so good. It is honestly a contender for Album of the Year for me as of right now, along with Stray Kids Go Live, if that gives you an idea of how much I like this album. I really like the photos in here. I know this is only the first photo, but I like the outfit and I like the black and white portrait concept. I have the lyrics for the intro and To Be or Not to Be. And the way the lyrics are written is really cool. They're done more like paragraphs, which fits with the To Be or Not to Be storytelling kind of concept, which I really like. because of course that's taken from a Shakespeare quote. The lyrics for Dead or Alive, which is my personal favorite. All of the songs on the album are really, really good, but that one is just another level for me. The verses are almost kind of 80s synthy, and then it goes into this really intense chorus with like some rock guitar sounds. It sounds weird to describe it, but it works really well, and it's really, really good. Oh, these portraits are just so gorgeous. And the lyrics for Dizzy, which was written by Soho, Raven, and Kia of ONEUS. And Kia actually did a little V-Live kind of explaining the making of process of the song, which was really fun. He played a little bit of the demo version too, which was cool to hear. The lyrics were Airplane and Come Back Home. We got a group photo on the back. Very nice. And now the scary part is the actual photo book. As I said, I'm hoping it won't be anything too intense. I'm sure it won't be anything worse than what was in the music video, but again, I was not able to watch the whole video. Fingers crossed, y'all. Never been, like, genuinely scared to open one of my bias group's albums before. Okay, so we start off with this really gorgeous picture, which is also one of the posters, I believe. I was about to say the members are helpfully labeled, but they're not. Their names are at the bottom, but they're not in the proper order. So, if you don't know who's who, this is gonna mess you up if you're trying to learn based on it. But from left to right, it's Raven, Hwanwoong, Leto, Gunny, E-tion, or Dongju is his real name, and Soho. I really like all of the concepts that they showed in teasers for this album. These were outfits they wore in the dance parts of the music video, and then for their first comeback stage on M Countdown. Oh, the makeup here is so pretty. And we have Dongju. I don't know if it's my bias showing, but I really feel like Dongju's been standing out a lot this era so far. Newer said he fits the concept really well, so I definitely agree with that. And we have Gunny, who has also been standing out. A lot of people on my timeline have been going crazy over Gunny this comeback. Which, I mean, understandable. That outfit is so cool. Oh, the long boots, I love that. And we have Hwanwoong with his rainbow hair, which I love. Always love when idols have colorful streaks like that. Of course, the fake lip ring. I love that fake piercings are a little bit of a trend. We have Leto. And Raven. That was also one of the teaser photos that came out. Love that picture. Looks like we might be switching concepts a little bit. Not really, they're still in those same outfits. That's such a pretty shot. And they filmed part of this music video and took these photos at that same building where so many K-pop music videos are filmed. Among others, VIX's The Closer, Stray Kids' Elevator, Kim Lip's Eclipse, Victon's Mayday. It's like a rite of passage at this point to film a K-pop music video there. Okay, now we're getting a concept switch. It looks like to the teaser photo concepts that were put out. And this is where I get concerned, because a couple of those teaser photos were on the bloody side. Okay, so it looks like we've got the more dreamy pictures first, and this is why a lot of people thought there were going to be two versions, is because they had two teaser photos per member, and there was the lighter, dreamier concept, and then the darker, bloodier in some cases. So people thought there was going to be like a light version and a dark version, but there weren't. It's just one. That's really pretty. How they composited the photos here. I don't know what it is about the blindfold pictures, but those are so, so pretty to me. I have seen a few people content warn for trypophobia for those, though, so I'll try to remember to put that in the description as well. And this was another one of the teaser photos. This was, I believe, the first one we got. This is also one of the posters. That's all the dream stuff right now. Very pretty. Okay, now it looks like we're slowly shifting towards the darker concept. These are the outfits they wore on in Kikaiwa last night, which I didn't even realize were in the music video until after the fact. Some of these pictures are so, so pretty. It looks like, if there are any bloody photos, I'm not going to take up too much of the photo book, which is a relief. But I will probably go over those pages kind of quickly if there are any. Oh, yep, here they are. Okay, they're beginning. And yeah, again, because I watched the censored version of the video that my friend made, I did not realize that was even a shot that happened. I knew the ones that were in the photo teasers and a couple other scenes that have been described to me from the video, but I did not know that was the thing here. So that caught me off guard. Yeah. Okay, it looks like we're getting into the darker ones now. Oh, yeah, okay. Okay, I think from the teaser photos, Gunnufs and Ravens were the worst. So hopefully the rest of the photo book will be good. Oh, nope. Again, did not know that was a shot because my friends were very, very sweet and censored the video for me. Oh, these pictures are so pretty. Oh, wow. Yeah, not to be biased, but I think these two pages right here are my favorite spread in the entire photo book. Wow, those are gorgeous. Aha! And if you'll notice, the title is written backwards here, because people pointed out that lived spelled backwards. It's devil. Very nice. Very cool concept. And then these outfits, which I don't remember if either of these was released as a photo teaser. I think that might be one of the posters, though. They were these on Music Core, I think it was. So it looks like they've worn most of the photo shoot outfits now. They just haven't worn the black suits with the tall boots yet. And I really like these outfits. These outfits remind me a lot of something Monsta X would wear. And I personally really enjoy that. I like seeing how a lot of Monsta X's styling choices have kind of influenced other groups in K-pop. Because I really liked the kind of stuff that Monsta X would wear, so I really like seeing other groups wear that sort of thing. And yeah, we are almost at the end of the photo book now. This was another teaser, and I really like this one. I don't know what it is about these sort of pictures of the members are all like laying on top of each other, but I always really, really like them. I have a poster on my wall that's from Mom Sax's Dramarama album that has all of them in a similar pose. I don't know what it is about those pictures, they're just really aesthetically pleasing to me. Okay, and then we have our credits, and then one last picture, which interestingly enough is not actually from any of the lived concept shoots. This is from the Come Back Home music video. The dance scenes in that were filmed in this theater, and you can tell by their hair colors and the outfits they're wearing that that's what that is from. So that's really interesting. That's also one of the posters. That I also actually do appreciate that all of the poster pictures are in the photo book, because there's 4 posters for one album version, so I can imagine it'd be hard to get all 4 of those, especially if you're not buying multiple copies. So I like that they do put all of the pictures in the album, so you're not like completely missing out on them. Yeah, so that fortunately wasn't too bad. There was actually a lot less blood in the photo book than I was expecting. That one image of Leto in the tub was by and far the worst. His was the worst of the teaser photos too. So I was kind of expecting that at least, but the one in the photo book is so much bloodier than the teaser photo even. But if it makes anyone feel better, they did a behind the scenes of the music video making of, and apparently it was just watermelon juice. So it's not actually blood. I mean, of course it isn't, but it sure does look convincing. And that's the point, but that's also what makes it potentially triggering to people who are sensitive to that sort of thing. But yeah, overall, really, really gorgeous photo book. Really happy to have it in my collection. Really glad that there weren't that many bloody images in the photo book, but that definitely is something to be mindful of if you are considering picking up this album, if you are sensitive to that sort of thing. And now, the fun part is we get to take a look at the photo cards. So there are 3 cards you get in this album. There is this larger character card, which goes more along with the teaser photos, and then you have 2 more traditional photo cards. Again, I am hoping to pull Dongju and Gunny as they are my biases, but of course I will be happy no matter whose cards I pull. So I got ONEUS for the character card, and I believe his is the only one that didn't really match his teaser photo, because his is just in the cloaks that they all wear instead of in their individual teaser photo concepts. Very pretty card though. And then for this photo card, I can tell because they have their names on the back, I can already tell that I got Dongju's, which is really, really nice. So so I'm not spoiled by the signature on the back. I'm going to flip it over and see my red version card first. And I got Raven for that one, which is a really nice selfie. I got Dongju for the white version. I've seen photos of all the cards of this album. They're all really, really pretty. I believe this is the first album that has Raven's new signature, which is like in the shape of a rose, which, as someone who lives for flowers aesthetics, I really, really like that. I think that's really cool. Very nice. So now I'm going to open up my second copy of the album and just take a look at what cards I got in that. So here is the second copy. I'm not going to go through everything, I'm just going to take out the photo cards. Okay, so I got Raven for the character card, which his is a little bit bloody, but it's not too bad. It's manageable, so that's good. Oh, and then for the photo cards, I got Gunny and Leto, which is very, very nice. So I pulled one Gunny and one Dongju, which I'm very happy about. And these actually, the other cards are not going to be up for trade right now, because I did end up buying the Make Star and My Music Taste copies as well to try and get the exclusive photo cards from those versions. So I'm probably just going to wait and see what I pull in those instead of trying to trade right now, because I'm hoping, fingers crossed, that I can pull the other Gunny and Dongju in that. I probably won't do full unboxings of those when those come in because I have already unboxed the album, but if you would like me to do a photo card reveal video, I can do a quick one of those if you would like. Just leave a comment below and let me know if you'd like to see that. But that is it for today's unboxing. I hope you enjoyed. If you would like to see more unboxings or K-pop hauls like this one, you can check out the other videos on my channel. And if you like what you see, please feel free to subscribe if you haven't already. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope to see you next time.